Before modern democracy, have you ever wondered how exactly kings and chieftains won power and authority over their people? Well, in those days, the leaders of our tribes, of our ancestral tribes, the Germanics or the Anglo-Saxons and so on, the Danes, the Irish, their leaders, they would stand on top of a mound, a burial mound. Literally, they would be supported by their dead ancestors as they would speak to their people about hefty matters, weighty matters. Right? Now look at us today. We obey leaders in politics, in parliament, who do not have the support of our ancestors. Our leaders today are a bunch of crooks and criminals who are working for the highest bidders. Basically, a politician is someone who works for millionaires who work for billionaires. Foreign billionaires. They buy our country nowadays. They're buying our monuments. Everything's up for sale. Even our people. What would our ancestors think of us if they saw us today, that we allow the mass gang assault of our young children, girls, throwing our children to the wolves, to allow educators who are working for the enemy to brainwash our own people into believing lies about themselves and their ancestors? Isn't it very, very clear that we have a problem of authority in our nations, and that democracy is a trick to get us to accept things like global politics, right? Or the big things that affect us, like climate change, all of a sudden, those become the arguments to decide whether or not we should go forward with a certain program. I'm here to remind you of your ancestors, and that the living always have that connection with the dead. We are here because of the choices, the actions, the beliefs of our own personal ancestors. I don't mean fictional ancestors. Our own ancestors, our own blood and flesh that we inherited from them, including also the mind, the spirit, the soul. We can't go on like this. This has to stop. We can't continue voting for the next technocrat or bureaucrat to take over and plunge us into another economic scheme that will cost us a lot and benefit us very little. It's time that we understand who we really are. We are the people whose ancestors looked like the way we did, whose dreams gave us hope. It's not this. This is not what they wanted. This is not what we want. Our loyalty should not be given up cheaply for the sort of politicians who think they can tell us what to do today. Our loyalty lies first and foremost with ourselves and those who came before us.